Hey everybody, Jason here from Griptape. I wanted to demonstrate a new node I've been working on, which will be out soon, that allows you to evaluate the response from an agent when you've been working with it. You might be running into situations like this where you give an agent a prompt and you're not quite confident about the result that it's giving you. For example, I'm giving it this input that says name something you might have at the kitchen table in the 1950s, and the agent comes back with a radio. That may or may not be appropriate. I'm not really sure. So what I want to do is evaluate that response with something that I know would be appropriate and get a score saying whether or not I agree with the agent. To do that, I can use this new evaluate results node. And what this node lets you do is give an input, give an expected response, give the actual response, and then some criteria to evaluate, and it will give you a score. Let's set this up to show you how it works. What we'll do is we'll take the text input that we gave to the agent, and we will also pass that to the input of this evaluate response node. Then we'll come in ourselves and we'll write an expected output, which would be something you might have at the table in the 1950s. I'm going to say fork as an example. And then we'll take the output that came from the agent and we'll pass that into the actual output. So you can see we have the input, which is named something you might have at the kitchen table in the 50s, the expected output, which is a fork, and the actual output, which is, of course, a radio coming from the agent. Now we can give it some criteria to evaluate. Does the results seem like something that matches contextually to the input? Let's go ahead and run this and see what we get. Now we get our response back. We can open this up a little bit more. So you can see here with our result, we got a score of 0.4, and the reason is the actual output radio is contextually plausible for a 1950s kitchen table, as radios were common household items, but it's less directly relevant than the expected output, which is a fork. So the cool thing is you can actually use this node to evaluate the responses from your agents and determine whether or not you want to adjust the prompt or change some of the rules for your agent. If you're unsure of how to use the node, it does come with a couple of examples. You can just go over here to the presets and choose paraphrase, for example, and you'll get an input of a quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, expected output of a swift brown fox, actual output of fast fox, and criteria, does the output accurately paraphrase the input? Factual, capital of France is Paris, with the expected output, actual output, and criteria. And an analogy. A bird is to the sky as a fish is to blank, expected output water, actual output concrete. This node will be coming soon. Let me know what you think. Hope you have a fantastic day.